Hi Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. We are going to be diving into your summer of 2022. So we're going to be taking a look at what you need to know from the summer solstice into the fall equinox, what your angels want you to know, and how you can best navigate this time period. So I've never had this happen before, but as I was getting ready to go live, I got a very clear message that I needed to cleanse the space. And I always cleanse before I pull cards and I set my intentions, but I am sending this cleansing energy your way because number one, it's very clear in the cards that there is a cleanse that's happening and a clearing that's happening. But I also think that this is an important thing for you to receive in your energy field right now. So what I would do if I were you is just to take a minute to express out loud or in your mind that you're open to receiving the clearing, and then just notice the energy getting a bit lighter as you receive it. I've never had that happen during a reading, but definitely there was something there that needed to be released for you. So we're setting the intention that you receive it and that it is released. So speaking of release, we are going to dive into your cards that talk a lot about that, a lot about letting go, a lot about moving forward into new things. So we're going to take a look at this. And so what we're looking at again is the time period between the summer solstice into the fall equinox. So we're going to start with the cards that I've already pulled. These are connected to the overarching themes during this period. So we have the Architect card, which is the One of Keys. This is the Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the Hermit card upright. I definitely think that this is going to be really important for you to take some time and think about what is the life that I'm creating? What is the life that I want to create? And where do these two things not connect, right? Where do I need to make some tweaks? Where do I need to make some changes? So I see this whole exploration happening, and your job during this time period is to focus on the vision, to create, tweak the vision, and then to focus on the vision and continue to move in that direction. There's very much a theme and an energy throughout all of this spread of wanting stability, consistency, wanting for some things to kind of to come down to earth, to manifest, to begin, to be able to move forward with some things. But definitely there is a wish and a want and a desire for more stability in your energy field and in your life. We also have this Hermit card. So this is clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. This is about really taking that time in your own energy, time out, time away, to be able to listen to yourself and to check in. Are the things that I'm working towards still what I want to create in my life? Are the choices that I'm making for myself in my life still aligned with where I want to go, or have they ever been aligned with where I want to go? So taking a look at that, I think that that's going to be really key. You are drawing up a new blueprint is what I'm feeling like, to a new blueprint for your life, and deciding what belongs here still and what doesn't belong here still. That is certainly a collective energy that I'm feeling with all of the signs, but that's very strongly coming up for you, Leo, here in this reading. So we also have the Garden card in reverse, clarified by the Page of Wands. So there very much is a message here of trying not to dwell too much on things that haven't worked out the way that you wanted them to, things that haven't gone quite according to your plan. Of course, they've always gone according to God's plan, right? But it can be hard for us to understand that, and it can be very frustrating. And this is saying, try not to dwell too much on this. Lean into the things in your life that make you excited. Lean into new energy. Lean into things that feel inspiring and that you find yourself excited about and feeling drawn to, okay? Because I think that there will be opportunities if you're paying attention. So, but you don't want to be so focus on the past and so much dwelling on the past or the way that things have worked out that you're missing these gifts that are wanting to come in or these opportunities that are wanting to come in from the universe. So I see you, if possible, I mean, if you are leaning into this energy, I see you starting to create something really exciting for your life, whether that's several things in your life or the beginning of a new project or like just some kind of a new beginning that's really exciting and good for you. So lean into that as best you can throughout the summer. We're going to take a look at this bottom row of cards that I have here. And this bottom row of cards is representing from the solstice for that first month. So around June 21st into around July 21st. So the first card that we have, now I'll keep it real with you guys. This first month looks tough. It looks challenging. And you're going to need to, with this Willow card, be able to bend and move with the energy. We also have the Ten of Swords, something coming to an end. This is about understanding that it is so important for us to not flow or fight against the current, to allow ourselves to bend and be movable and understand that we may not always understand what is best for us. Sometimes we have to lean into the way that the energy is moving and understand that it is bringing us to something better. Even if we can't see it, even if we don't understand it, leaning in, going with the flow, being the willow tree, right? The willow tree withstands the storm because it's bendable. So it bends instead of breaks. We have this Ten of Swords. Part of what you need to bend with, what you need to move with, are things in your life that are wanting to come to a close. Whether you're feeling called to bring them to a close, whether the universe is doing that for you, whether that's, the other people in your life, other circumstances are just naturally coming to a close. Your job is to let it go, to release it, and to allow it, because it's creating space for something so much better. But we see this here in this time period throwing you off with this Birth card in reverse. This is the Empress in reverse in this deck. We also have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I see you, number one, feeling a little disconnected potentially from abundance in your life, whether that's money, whether that's opportunities, whether that's time, whether that's the things that you want to manifest. Something doesn't quite feel very abundant. And I see you feeling frustrated with this. I also see this kind of knocking you, what do I want to say? It's, like knocking you off your game a little bit, right? Maybe you're not feeling as confident. Maybe you're not feeling as positive. Maybe you're not feeling the magic so much here during this month. Understand that it's coming, right? But I think part of this is to highlight for you in your life the things that you need to create for yourself, or the things that you need to call into your life, the changes that you need to make in order to create more stability, to focus on creating more stability. So I feel really called to say that this is an important time for you to do things that will help you to create a solid, stable foundation in your life. So, for example, if you're starting a business, what are the steps? What are the things that I need to do to really lay down a good foundation for this, so I am starting off in the best place possible? If I'm concerned about finances, what are some of the things that I can do right now that I have control over, that I have power over, that will set me up for success later on? What are some things that I can do? So what are some things that I can do in a relationship in my life that are going to be important in terms of laying down a solid, trusting, connected foundation in order to have success in the future? So I see you exploring all of that. We also have the Will, Wisdom, and Mind card showing up in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles showing up in reverse. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be irritated. You're going to be like, where the hell is it? Why isn't this happening? I've been working on this for so long. Why isn't it happening the way that I want it to? I see frustration. And again, I see this month really kind of throwing you off a bit and making you feel a little disconnected from your confidence and who you are. And there's kind of a feeling, in whatever area of your life this is, or maybe this is many areas of your life, of you not feeling successful. understand that that's bullshit. Understand that that's just your feelings, and your feelings are not necessarily the truth. There is a need to, again, lean into the changes that are wanting to happen. Lean into the intuitive prompts that you're receiving. Lean into the changes that are wanting to come in, because all of the things that you want are on the other side of that. Now we're going to take a look at the time period in between around July 22nd into around August 21st. It does look like the energy moves forward a little bit more for you during this time, although I still see you kind of, if I were to name this month, I would say it's a feeling of confusion a bit, because the energy that I feel, it's almost like the universe is like shaking things up in your life in order for you to look around and go, oh, what do I actually want? You know, because I think sometimes when we get too comfortable, we don't move, we don't change. You know, that's just how human beings can work. And so you're being shaken up, and that confusion is part of that being shaken up in order to help you to move where you're meant to be moved next. Okay, so we have this path unknown really representing this confusion that you're feeling, trying to decide, and you might be deciding, what path do I want to go on? What direction do I want to go in? You might be trying to decide between two things, definitely, or more, because there's definitely options here during this time period. So I feel like you're going to find you have a lot of options, whether that's options in love, options in opportunities, whatever this is for you, lots of options, but your job is to figure out what most aligns for me. And I think part of what's going to most align for you with this Queen of Pentacles is what's going to bring me stability, what's going to bring me security, what's going to help me to feel grounded and solid and secure. I really see this part of what you're needing and wanting so much is stability and security, and in some ways predictability, although I don't think that you're going to get that so much during the summer. I think that it's going to be quite unpredictable in a lot of ways, simply because the energy is meant to be shaken up so that it can move you into this area of a little bit more stability and predictability, if that makes sense. So we're going to look at the next cards. We have the Fated Meeting card showing up in reverse, clarified by the Seven of Cups. There is some kind of a connection that is wanting to come into your life. This is showing up in reverse though. So this is a message about divine timing. This is a message about understanding that it will come in divine timing. I feel like there's something that you're like, I know this is coming for me. I know that it feels so right. It feels like it's for me. It feels like it's heading into my life. And it is. So this is that validation that it is. However, it's not the timing just yet, right? And part of why it's not the timing is the Seven of Cups. You have lots of options in front of you, and your job right now is to listen to yourself and ask yourself, what of these options, which of these options most align for me? This is, as you get clear on that, as you start to make changes in order to eliminate some of these options and to get yourself set up with moving forward with some of these options in some way, or taking action in the direction of some of these options, accepting some of these options, and also rejecting some of these options, whether that's in love, whatever, this can be so many different things, right? As you do that, you are starting to release energetic blocks that have been holding you back for a while. That is what is going to move this fated meeting forward at some point. This is destiny coming in. This is some kind of meeting, opportunity, something like that that is going to bring so much opportunity and amazing things into your life. But it's not here yet. It's not ready yet. You have to weed through the options, and you have to get clear on what it is that you really want. The next card that we have here, speaking of that, is the Setting Your Course card in reverse, clarified by the Eight of Cups. You have to get clear on what it is that you want, and you have to be willing to turn your back on the things that you recognize aren't in alignment with that. this is a very, very clear message. You've got to eliminate some of the options. You've got to get very clear, get very focused, and begin to create the vision of where you want to go next, what you want your life to look like a year from now, a month from now. So I see you really exploring that. And again, I think it's going to feel kind of confusing during this time period. As we move up here to the top row, this is representing around August 22nd into September 20th with that fall equinox, okay? I do see the energy lightening up again a little bit more here, right? I think that you're going to be more clear during this month. We have that 9 of Wands, so I think you're going to feel like, man, I just went through it. I just did a lot of work, right? But you're still standing and you made it. And I feel like there is a strength that was developed within you that you recognize. And there's almost like this feeling of being really proud of yourself. I see you with this Archangel Gabriel card being able to express, to communicate your needs, to ask for what you need. You are encouraged to do that during this time. So it's almost like the month before you're getting clear on what it is that you want. And this month you are communicating what it is that you want. You are putting it out, whether you're putting it out to the universe, whether you're communicating it to other people, but you're putting it out there in some way. And there's a strength within you that has developed that's really beautiful. The next card that we have here is the Master Artisan, clarified by the Queen of Swords. So here we see things starting to happen. We see things starting to manifest. We see people starting to respect the work that you've done on yourself or the work that you're putting out there, something that you're creating. People starting to value something that you are putting your time and your energy into. So for example, if you have had a business and you've been working on it and it's felt frustrating and it's not moving forward, all of a sudden people will start to see you as the authority on whatever it is that you have a business for. That kind of energy where it's like you become the master, you become the expert, you become someone who suddenly people see as knowing what they're talking about, right? Or something that you're putting your time and your energy into is about to pay off, because the Master Artisan is also about just finally being compensated for the time and the effort and the energy that you've been putting in. So this work that you did before the summer and through the summer is not in vain. It is absolutely leading to amazing things. And I do want to point out, we had the 7 of Pentacles, which is the card before the Master Artisan. This is the 8 of Pentacles, right? It's the card before that. So there is a progression, there is a growth. But again, this is clarified by the Queen of Swords. That only comes with that willingness and that strength and that bravery and that courage to release and clear whatever needs to go, whatever does not belong. Whether it's your own bullshit, whether it's other people, whether it's circumstances, whatever this is for you, that willingness to just be discerning and recognize what aligns and what doesn't in your life anymore. Now, more change coming here with this Lookout card. This is the same as the Tower card in regular tarot, clarified by the Justice card. I feel like this is something that you are creating, or maybe this is happening for you. It might, you can invite that help in from the universe, right? But I see you or the universe releasing the rest of whatever's left over, right? So there's this whole clearing through this whole summer, but it's like something comes to a close, something comes to an end. So whatever was maybe difficult at the beginning of the summer to close out, we now see that falling down, that tower falling, that something that was never created on a solid, stable foundation to begin with is falling apart. Let it fall. Let it go. That is the message. Let it fall apart. Or if you are choosing to create the fall of that in some way, you're choosing through your choices to create this change, don't go back. Let it fall. Let it crumble, because what's on the other side of that is so very beautiful. I see you recognizing with this Justice card in reverse where something or someone has not been fair to you, has not treated you fairly. The circumstances were not fair. And it's almost as though with this Lookout energy, with this Tower energy, there's a healing for you, because you just recognize that wasn't fair and it's time to let it go. So really important foundational work that you are doing leading up to the fall. I'm feeling as a collective that we've got a lot coming up in the fall, so we are doing the prep work for that right now. If this video resonated with you, make sure you hit that like button. It is a great way for me to connect with your energy in future readings, and it's a great way just to support the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button below as well. It's so helpful and it helps us support the channel. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon with another video. Take care.